5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good morning, afternoon, or evening. Welcome to IdiOtBlog 344. This is idiotburns, and you are listening to Julius Martin. This song is called California Sunset. Dropping a like as we're listening. This is in a band called Project 19. Yo, what's up everybody? How you guys doing? Let me ride on over to the main page so I can post about a blog today, starting early in the day. Oh yeah. Groovy, groovy, California sunset. Oh yeah. Bright orange and yellows that melt my soul, oh yeah. Enough of this lighting, I lose control. Good thing it only lasts a short while. In the darkness comes, it unfolds. Oh yeah, the darkness comes and unfolds. Oh. So there we go. Link added. Pound or hashtag IdiOtBlog 344 featuring Julius Martin at Lyric Master. Lyrics Master. So the call sign for this user is at Lyrics Master 872. At Lyrics Master 872, Julius Martin. Martin with an E. Go ahead and post that up. That's me, by the way. California sunset at night. $4.42 for you. Nice. It is 1:40. 45 almost now, but it's the time of the day after lunch when you try to say, hey, I'm still hungry, but it's not time for dinner, so I'm wondering what I should eat. I gotta snack on some cheese, please. This song is called Frosty the Killer Snowman.
Wretched, mourning, the snowman is rising. Frosty, the killer snowman, coming from within the frost. You will be dead before dawn.
It's kind of industrial.
Run from the killer snowman.
It's like EDM metal. It's like not quite all the way industrial. It's industrial. That's what that is, but you know. Oh yeah, on the bass, probably end up doing that song today and the other one that you sent. I can never tell. I'm not much of a planner on things. I don't try and plan. I try to just sit down, start listening to a few things, and just get at it. So yeah, I'll try and see what I can do. See if I can get. I don't know if I'm gonna like try and do anything like slapping on it or anything like that, but I'm definitely thinking about doing something a little bit more in depth, musically in depth on that one. And I don't know. You know what? I could try and do it, and I could still be like, dude, it was cool, but the first one was better, you know? And that happens. I'm not gonna worry about it. Yeah. No, I'm down to do it. It's just like, it's not that I'm too busy. It's just that I like the complication of it is kind of weird right now. Let's just put it this way. I smoked a lot of pot for a lot of years, and I mean, all the way up until 22, there was no need to smoke pot while doing music, and it wasn't connected to my doing music at all. It wasn't like I had to smoke pot to write. But I will definitely say, playing music and smoking pot became more and more intertwined with more of the bands I played with and more of the guys I got to know. It just got more intertwined with what I do. And I have entered rehab, and I'm in recovery right now. So I'm trying not to do so much that I feel like, hey, it draws me to want to smoke or whatever. I'd rather watch TV and not want to smoke than come back here and jam and then to get the desire. So there's a little bit of that going on. That's an inner struggle. Has nothing to do with anybody else. And I have this other couple of things I want to do bass on, and it's not like I don't have things I want to do. It's just that and it's definitely not that I can't do it. It's just that I don't want to draw myself into that feeling, that need to like, oh, I just really want to smoke. I really want to smoke. I'm just playing it easy. That'd be cool. Yeah, that'd be cool. Make a little thing so I can see the riff and how it's played. And but if you already have a bass line there, I play by ear, so I got no problem figuring it out. But if I saw you playing it, definitely make it quicker. Yeah, rehab's going pretty good. You know, the situation started with, I work at Boeing, and ended up going out to Moses Lake. This is some good vocalists right here. Let's just listen to this for just a second. kind of cool. I do think I hear an auto tune happening, but hey, man, that's everybody's preference. It's up to them. This is kind of cool. This has got a cool vibe to it. Loneliness and light. So, yeah, I work at Boeing, and I was working at Boeing, and I got hired into the Renton factory for 737s, or the Maxes, that were grounded. So we weren't doing a lot, and I was just going there and sitting down. And then some layoffs came down the pike, so my boss sent me off to the Seattle delivery center, where they take the planes right before they're getting given to the customer and finish them up, or any of the planes that are sitting and waiting in the grounding that are the closest to be going and sold, like the most paid for purchase orders or whatever it is, they stay there and they sit there. Ones that haven't been purchased can sit in a different area, just kind of like parked, parked in a field, if you will. So there's like 250 of them that are like parked in a field way out in Moses Lake in the middle of the desert of Washington State. And then there was like 50 of them right in the Seattle-Tukwila area, and like 25 of those are right there in the delivery center, and the other ones are across the street in Plant 2, which is where they built all the bombers for World War II. They used to have this tarp over the entire area. It's like a mile by 2 mile area, and they had a tarp that went over the whole thing, and on the tarp it was images of houses in like a suburban area, so they couldn't see where our base was, where we were building all of our fighter planes. World War II. That's cool stuff right there. We're not in that state of the world right now, but I do feel coronavirus is tipping us in that direction again. We'll see what happens, everybody. Hey, maybe Biden is a good choice. Maybe there was a war coming. I don't know. I'm not saying I know. I'm just going to trust the number one upstairs. But long story short, I was working for Boeing. I went over and I started doing the repairs for the FAA on the Max, which is replacing these basically 4 different runs of wire for one device that ran too close to something that they think it would interfere with it. But here's the thing, over 2 million flights of 737 since 1967 with this wire in that place, and not a single error, not accident, error logged. But they still had us move this wire. It really feels like they didn't want any of the sales to come back before COVID hit. I do feel like there's a lot of planning. I do feel very paranoid when I see all these signs and I put them together. It makes me feel paranoid. I don't like to feel paranoid. I don't believe in conspiracy theories. So, to me, yeah, I don't think there's anybody on the grassy knoll. I don't think there's a secret society. I do think there's a bunch of shitty, shady motherfuckers that are greedy as fuck and that will turn a blind eye and act stupid to make money when they know better. Greed is a motherfucker. But what I will say is, I went over there, was doing a bunch of work. You learn a lot when you're working for the number one supplier for the GDP in the U.S., Boeing. You learn a lot. Number one privately owned company for GDP in America. 33,000 employees, all with a higher wage average than they would have in any other location to work at. Great company. So I'm working for them. We end up getting to like the last 7 planes. I've learned a bunch of tricks and trade tricks, and I've become very valuable doing the actual work and repair on these 737s. Being a skinny, small-bodied guy with a high energy level that could just keep going, I became very useful to the men over there that have been doing this for 30 years. And they grew to really like me. Forged some great relationships, and they said they would do whatever they could to keep me at Boeing. And so they sent me over to Moses Lake, where I should be working all the way until March, making as much money as I was making, plus that much more in per diem. And so I was basically going to get double the wage. Well, in the first week I was there, I bumped and caused a $100 scratch on the back of a work van, and I got a work bus, and people were supposed to be watching out for me, and they weren't. And so that little scratch sent me to the drug clinic and popped positive for marijuana. And lucky that Boeing doesn't just fire you right on the spot. They offer you a recovery program, and you go through it. And if you get clean, you go to work for them for a few years, and they just keep testing you. And when that time's up, you're good to go. You're back in the workforce. That's all behind you. Don't do it again because they won't give you a second chance. But if you do really want to get back to it, I guess you could always become an engineer because they don't test their engineers. I guess they would test their engineer if they got in some kind of accident or something, but highly unlikely you're going to get some kind of accident where they're going to test you while you're working in the office. Unless you have some big item in your hand, you swing around and hit someone in the face with it or something and injure somebody, I think you're good to go. So if I want to escape and smoke a pot on the weekend sometime, or not be afraid that if I accidentally slip up that I might lose my career, I should just become an engineer at Boeing. But there is always that hope I have that they deschedule marijuana. Now all they got to do is take it down one level, and you're allowed to have it. You're allowed to use it in my job description. Because right now, what it is there's a federal mandate that says certain jobs you can't use Schedule 1 drugs. And that's just what it is. Federal mandate. It's nothing to do with my state. My state can make it legal, and it's federally mandated. Now, of course, if I were to go work on military jets, wouldn't really matter. They're going to test you, and they're going to make sure you're clean, right? So this is cool because this would allow me the chance to decide, hey, I want to do that. I want to stay clean. I want to go work on military jets. I want to go do that. Or I want to go become a guy who's doing airplane maintenance, and they get tested at random once a week, every couple months, or whatever. So I really feel like this is there's a lot of reasons why this happened. Bring me back here so my kids aren't alone right now during this tough time. So now there's a whole bunch of more layoffs coming, and I would have been stuck working and not be able to get a job before all these layoffs suck up all the local jobs. So maybe I just got to hurry up and get a local job before more of those layoffs come down the pike. And lastly, my recovery. It's going to lead to me spending more time with my family, costing us less money. It's just going to lead to a lot of positivity, I believe. So that's me talking on positivity of my recovery. I probably talked about it here before, but it's a good place to outlet. Right here, you got my recovery books, got my AA books, and that kind of stuff. I should peek at one of those today. This track is Abre Tus Alas. It feels a little bit loud. Abre Tus Alas. I don't know if I said that right, but this is in Malfeasant, which I believe is a band with him and Ant. Jesus. Hey, you can come, Luella. Oh, Luella, you look cute. Say hi, Luella. You can see right. Hi. Right here. Look right here.
What's Daddy doing?
Here's your ball. Right there. You got it? Bye. Is your shirt the right way?
Yep.
Okay. Whoa. It's my daughter Luella, everybody.
Hey, look. 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 Eddie, look.
Yeah, it's cute. Nice ponytail. Nice, just disappeared on us and made a video. That's cool. Oh. Oh, this is cool. Whispers of a Gunslinger and the Outlaw. I gotta see who's in the Outlaw. So, previous band was the Outlaw. It's Ant. Pretty sure I know that. Okay. This is confusing me. Is this for real? Is there another guy on here named Julio Martin that you jam with? What? Julius Martin jams with a guy named Julio Martin? I gotta see this. Oh yeah, man. This inspired. It's a Julio Martin inspired by Red Dead Redemption 2. I bring you this old western tale of romance, drama, and death. Enjoy. It's got 4 forks. Julio Martin track. Maybe he got locked out of a track, locked out of it or something. I don't know. But it says inspired by BandLab musically. But there's also some other stuff going on there, for sure. I'm trying to get to the band to see. Let's go to the band. No, where is it? Collaborators? No. In Outlaws. I can just go to Julio Martin and look for Outlaws. Yeah, the Outlaws, one member, Julio Martin. That doesn't make sense. Julius the Great 87. This doesn't make sense. And then this is Julius Martin, Lyrics Master 872. And pop a like on it. And is he in that band? Oh my god. I'm gonna see if he's in that band, but I don't think he is. He is. Here it says the Outlaw has 2 members. That's cool. There we go. Oh, what the heck? It says it's RJS as the other member. What's going on? BandLab, you're confusing me. But RJS is Aussie, AUSSIE _RJS. He's a sweet ass guitarist on here, and I featured him when he first got on the lab. Right when he got on here, I was like, grab you up. I like to do that. I feel like a master of discovery when I do that. I found you first. I got you first, dude. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Shared you with the whole lab. Oh wait, they already featured you. Dang it. Man, I've been having such crazy chats with people. I just really don't think that this lockdown is healthy for anybody. People are like, if you were in the hospitals. I'm like, dude, if I was in the hospitals every day, I'd have a totally different, way skewed perspective, because all I'd do is just see the disease like crazy. Right? Back when nobody was afraid of the flu, no one came in for the flu. They just puked their guts out at home and went to work the next day. Right? And spread that shit all over. Now we aren't even spreading the flu. And everyone's dying of corona. Bullshit. And you're seeing a lot of fallout, after effects, and all that. And so it's long-lasting after effects. Yeah, that's a reality. That's the reality of a lot of the things that happen to your lungs. Now, is it man-made? Even if it isn't man-made, is it weaponized? Yeah, I think it's weaponized. Talk about some crazy stuff today. Why not? Is freaking coronavirus weaponized? Yeah, I do think it was weaponized. You know, Trump, he locked down the U.S. from any planes from China, and China heard about that, and within the first days of the lockdown, they trickily sent a Chinese pilot, instead of landing from China straight to Europe or straight to the U.S., they ended up diverting into Iran and then going and not telling people that they actually circumvented the travel ban. So they illegally circumvented the travel ban. The people that were on that plane include the first person that died in Kirkland, my hometown, in the United States. The first person to be diagnosed in Italy. These people were all on the same plane. The first person in Saudi Arabia to be diagnosed. All were passengers on the same plane. So yeah, like I said, I'm not a conspiracy theory guy, but those kinds of things, like, they just kind of piss me off, dude. Makes me think it's weaponized. And it maybe it isn't. Maybe it's just stupid asshole people. Right? Yeah, this is fine. We're fine. Nobody's sick. Land and spread. So, yeah, I post shit like that and people explode on me. But, you know, I'm seeing different effects. I'm seeing the effects it's having on my children. I'm seeing the effects it has on the way people treat each other. Some of it's positive. Sometimes some of these people are more caring and considerate. Some of these people are more caring and considerate than they ever have been out of fear. And others are distant and disconnected. And the distance and disconnection is affecting the children the most. And the compassion is affecting the elderly and the disenfranchised. So it sounds positive in some senses, but it's also very negative. And yeah, like 99% of people who get it don't die. It's actually like 99.9% of people who get it don't. 99.9% of the people who get it don't die. I think it's actually 99.97% of the people who get it don't die. And then that's just the people who were tested as having it. And when it was at its highest spread, I bet you it's 5 times as many people as were tested positive actually had it. So it's probably closer to 99.9911 or something like that. It's like it's astronomically low number of people dying from it when we were testing and it was spreading everywhere. Now they only go, how many tests did you do in this county? And how many people died? Well, it's like, dude, how many people are getting tests? Just people who are going, blah, blah. So those people get tested and a bunch of them have it. Oh, it's like 2% infection. It's like 3% infection. Dude, you don't know that. You didn't go out and go, oh, this guy, what neighborhood did he come from? Okay, let's just test everyone in that neighborhood. Let's send them all free, like they did ballots. Free tests and let them send them back. Everyone that's sent back will get part of the pool, and we'll see how high is the infection rate out here. Oh, the infection rate's actually still pretty high. And it's way more people are testing for it, positive for it, than we thought. They're only taking the people who are volunteering for testing and going in and walking in and then comparing that to the number who died. And then the number who died is not the number who died exclusively of COVID, but the number of people who maybe had comorbidities or were 98 years old or fucking smoked every day and were alcoholics. So, yeah, 8 billion peeps and how many thousand died? Right. I swear I already had it. And it was a phlegm ball, and I coughed it up, and I'm done. But whatever. So, long story short, if they did this, okay, what's the population of that neighborhood that this person lives in? Just take the whole population and go, how many of those people out of the population in that region are dying? Oh, well, 0.0005%. Okay, I think the kids can go back to school since it isn't even affecting many of the kids. And it's only at 0.0005% infection rate amongst the populace. Instead, they're saying the infection rate, not amongst the populace, but amongst those who tested. Those who feel sick, a lot of them were sick. Duh! Hey, why didn't you test that guy who came into the hospital for corona? He had a lacerated arm. We didn't test him. Oh, we took his temperature. He had no symptoms. He's fine. Maybe he had it. You don't know. So dumb. Anecdotal as hell, all this stuff. And they're willing to sacrifice our freedoms for some anecdotal, half-assed bullshit scientists, and then they say, listen to the scientists, because they cherry pick which scientists they listen to and tell you about, and then suppress the rest, because they might say something that contradicts the dialogue and sinks in with reality, and you're like, ooh, boom, brain exploded. Yeah, you can have absolutely no symptoms and have it. So, yeah. And you know, China had it all the way back in, I think it was early December, and late to mid-December, my kid was in the airport, and then my wife came home and she was sick. Kid was sick when he went back to Texas. Wife was sick. All the kids in the house got sick. I got like a little bit of like a like a dry lung thing for like 3 days, and then she had to go on like a nebulizer, and the kids were doing nebulizer, and the little ones are doing it, and I didn't do it, and I got over it much quicker. But they all had like soreness, like they were sick, and like really just shitty and in bed for like a half a week to a week, depending on the person. And I was like, oh, I had to take a nap one of those days, and got over it in a couple days. Yeah, the whole family probably already had it, and that's probably why we're not a factor anymore. But I'd say this much. I don't wear a mask. I don't got a mask on me. I go outside, I don't wear a mask. I go into the store, I don't wear a mask. I go anywhere I want, I don't wear a mask. No one's going to tell me what to do. You lose your freedoms by not exercising them, so I'm going to continue to exercise my freedoms. They can create whatever kind of law they want to try and stop me. Nope. Just like when I want to spit, I'm going to spit on the sidewalk. Fuck you. I got some goddamn onion in my tooth. Spitting it out. Fuck you. You can't enforce that law. Get out of my face. Now, spitting on a cop? Probably going to get you in trouble. So don't go spitting on people, okay? You know, don't go giving people AIDS, you know. Yeah, it's not like you got HIV AIDS and then you're walking around sperming on people or having sex with people and not telling them. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's very unlikely that you'll get it again. If your body was able to create antibodies to it and keep you asymptomatic at the time when you had it, it's pretty highly likely that those antibodies will keep you from getting an infection that will spread them out around your body enough to let you get it again. You already got rid of it when you had it, it spread about, then you got rid of it, and then now a little bit's going to get in you and it's going to spread about and then take over. Highly unlikely. You might get some very, very slight achiness or symptoms as your body struggles to recognize it and then get rid of it again. You know, it has to see it before it can attack it, and it's multiple sites all over the body that respond in different ways. You know, lung will respond one way, blood will respond another, intestines another, all that stuff. They have different response mechanisms, so each one's going to take different. It could drain your energy, make you feel tired, or whatever. You get a sore throat because you're actually tired and you're drawing down on energy, and the dry heat of the night was too much for you. This is very metal, by the way, what we're listening to right now. I'm going to check out which one this is and drop a... Oh, I've already liked this one before. This is Blood at the North Pole. Blood at the North Pole. And this one is inspired by Julio Martins. Oh my gosh, there's 3 of them. I gotta see this guy's username. This is Julio the Great 871. So yeah, this guy's got a few accounts. Did he get his smell back? I heard about losing your smell and then it comes back. You know, that's actually it's actually not a symptom of the disease. I think it's actually a symptom of the drugs that they give you to get past the disease. It's actually, I think it's a common steroid symptom after effect. Certain steroids do that. They cause you to lose the sense of smell temporarily. Living in the basement. Yeah. I believe it's, some people it's like a month. Other people can be as much as like 6 months to get their smell back. Smell is a really important sense. But yesterday I was drinking this Monster and it smelled like shampoo, and if I could just not smell, I could have drinking that thing down a lot quicker. It's not a Monster, it was a Bang. It smelled like goddamn hair shampoo. Tastes like it in the morning when it was all flat. Just because the smell like overrode in my mind. So now we can eat that what is that, Mondurian, or what is that stinky fruit from Vietnam? He can eat all that stuff that just, it's too hard to get past through the nose. He can eat it. I was blessed with a really strong nose. It might be the German Jewish genetics, but my mom I would light a match in the backyard. Oh yeah, it's good because he's gassy. Can't register if he farted or not because he couldn't smell it. Did I fart? Yes, Dad, you did. He probably made that joke. That's probably his joke. That's a dad joke, if I ever heard one. Pull my finger. Oh, I didn't smell it. Dad, it hurts. My eyes are watering. Oh, I didn't smell a thing. You know, I watched a lot of things that were interesting. When I was young, a friend of mine said I'm perfectly healthy. I don't know why I got lymph cancer. I'm like, dude, you smoke 2 packs of cigarettes a day, bro. And you drink wine like it's juice. Yeah, but I'm perfectly healthy. Oh, you mean you're like kind of thin? You know? You're kind of like thin overall, so that's why you're healthy, because you haven't gained weight? Dude, your fingertips are pink. Your fingertips are pink from all the smoking cigarettes and drinking alcohol. Your fucking blood is not doing good. And then you get lymph cancer and you're like, I'm perfectly healthy. So then you get over lymph cancer, and what do you do within a year? You start smoking and drinking again? Yeah, you're fine, you're in recovery. And then you get lymph cancer again, and you say you were perfectly healthy and doing everything right? Give me a break. And that's what they're saying. These people are perfectly healthy. Dude, they vape marijuana 7 to 12 hours a day, 16 hours a day, 20 hours a day, only sleep 4 hours a night. They're out partying. They're young and healthy. Dude, give me a break here. There's obviously comorbidity to this disease, and if we really, really analyzed it, I think we'd see that that this is probably about as bad as the flu or pneumonia. It just spreads quicker. That's the thing. And I think it has the ability to spread easier. It has the ability to live in the air and on surfaces longer. They've seen most flu viruses can only survive a couple minutes on your hand, but the coronavirus can survive hours. Every virus is different. They've seen AIDS survive 6 to 10 seconds in oxygen environments, rich environments, while corona is floating in the air and then going through HEPA filters and all kinds of shit. So yeah, flu is definitely more deadly, especially if it were to be able to spread like corona is. And I think there was a time, if you really think about it, if you really think about this, there was a time where we didn't have any immunities to flu. And then it came on the scene, and it was a goddamn pandemic. But then over time, since it spread and there was no real way to stop its spread to everyone, it kind of morphs every once in a while so it can keep a grip and just kind of hang on. And just morphing to just barely get us a little bit sick. But we basically all have the immunity to it. Now, that would be a lot like having a vaccine, right? If a vaccine did that, except for that this vaccine is not like your typical vaccine. Most vaccines they use mercury and other things and UV light to break down, and all these different techniques to break down the virus in a way that it's just whole enough that your body can recognize it. And so there's even some full particles in there, but usually not enough to get you sick, but sometimes it will. Depending on how prepped your body is to recognize it. Right? Like maybe it just doesn't even think it's sick, and then you just inject something and it's just fine, and then all of a sudden a day later you're sick because your body had no idea that you were just going to get injected. But if you were like hot and cold, and all these different environments, your body might like start to just kind of flare up, and then you get infected because you're going in and out, and cofactors. So what I was going to say is, though, think about this. Oh, hey, another brick in the wall. Band got sent a contract. Well, why don't you forward it over to me? I'd love to see what that contract says and help you with it. Just guide you a little bit. But yeah, think about, exactly. Small amounts of poison, then you're immune to it, right? So think about the whole thing is that flu. If we have just now had never seen it before and was introduced to it next year, we'd be like, whoa, Corona, what was that? Flu, all our children are dying, all this shit. That's a pandemic. That's freaky, and we survived that, and we didn't change our world in fear and like make everyone wear masks and all that. Even if we would have known then, we wouldn't have done that because we were a different kind of people. Now we got all this social media, got all this thing, all this paranoia, all these fears, all these things, all this contrasting, things pushing us to contrast. This wag of the dog pushing us to contrast each other and infighting and all this. So what's happened is we think Corona's as bad because we're just listening to what they say. But dude, Corona's not that bad. It just isn't. The flu, with everybody having antibodies to it and us having all these vaccines around, is still just about as deadly as this brand new virus that no one has antibodies to. Slam dunk, Chris, you proved it. It's a fucking gimmick. So this is an important blog, I guess, if you want to hear about the virus and my points of view on it, because I just had to rant on it today. I folded, I caved. I didn't want to do it. I definitely didn't want to do it before the president and seem like I was saying this to try and push an election in a different direction. I can't change it now. It's all up to the courts and the battles they give in the courts, and it's all up to the whether Trump's going to have enough nads to say, okay, yeah, let it go. Let Biden be the guy, or if he's going to have enough chutzpah to try and say, no, I don't care if I win, and so I'm probably going to secede, but before I do, I want to push all these things to try and correct the system. So I'm fine with whatever he does. Both are good. It's just because it spreads fast and continues to spread that we are like, whoa, dude, whoa, right? And some people are getting sick and having these, they have lasting effects. They have blood clots. You know, that's really common in pneumonia. And anytime you give these people these diseases or you intubate, right? You're surely aware of this, right? The blood clots are in their brains. Yeah, it came from their lungs. They were intubated. Probably didn't need to be. That was cool. That was some dissonant shit right there. We've already been a few tracks since Berlin Burns. That's me when I'm in Germany. I'm the Berlin Burns. Do I have a doppelganger over there? Oh no, it's on fire. I see. Berlin's burning. The city that was 4 cities. World War III. Are we in the middle of World War III? I feel like we are. Because like I said, I don't think it was man-made. I think it was weaponized, and I think they have a worse one they're waiting to weaponize next. How's that make you feel? Nervous? I think this was a test run to how to weaponize it and how to get the lockdowns going. So next time, they'll have a super small spread factor that's controlled. Create some hysteria. Even it's China, they can probably just say whatever they want. This guy has it, this guy has it. And they control their news and everything. So they'll, just like half of the politicians do now, all of their politicians control the news 100%, ownership. Here, it's 50% of the politicians control the news, and 50% of the other politicians control the alternate news, they call it. The Associated Press versus alternate news, right? One has this air of legitimacy while sounding whacked out and stupid half the time, right? Now it seems like a conspiracy theory. Right. No, but I'm just saying, what I like to say is you don't know. We don't know. Yeah, politics are corrupt. People are corrupt. People are corrupt by greed. We don't know how China's struggling. And we do know that they've used this kind of warfare on their people before deliberately. So those are two factors that we do know. Do we have evidence of it? No. We don't. But, you know, we weren't allowed to go to China. We weren't allowed to at all to try and find and help them. They did not want us to help them. Usually they'll ask for our help if we're willing to send scientists. They're like, yeah, we'll take more scientists. You're gonna give us scientists for free? And instead, they're like, no, don't send them. So, a lot of things happening that just it leads you to think those things. I like to say these things more as like posits of possibility, because I'm not one of those people who sits on an opinion and then rides it like his fucking high horse. I'm more like the guy who will jump in the middle of the cliff ride from one horse to another, just because I think that's the right horse. Not because I think I'm going to come out on top, but because I just think that's the right horse. I think that's where the truth lies. I move my opinions like the water flows through the rivers. Like the water flows through the rivers. It will change. It's like the tide. It will change. Well, the tide is so constant, though, too, and controlled by a singular momentum. But okay, it's like the way the melt of snow runs down a mountain from season to season. My opinions change. My opinions change because I am very open-minded. But at the same time, I like to draw conclusions on my opinions, so my conclusions change. And so therefore, because I've gotten so used to letting my opinions change that it's affected my ability to sit on one possibility, I've had to open myself up even more. So now I just stay on the outside a lot. And sometimes I think to myself, this is keeping you from speaking up. Because someone's going to hear you say this, and then next time you say that. And they're like, this guy doesn't have any compass for his own beliefs. Well, I have a compass. It's an inner compass, and it's who I am. But I change around my thoughts a whole bunch. What's up? Broken Head checking in. So yeah, I'm very much neutral. But I will jump on the liberal side for certain issues, and on the far right wing for other issues. I'm one of those people that believes that there's a nuance to everything. I don't believe in a gray necessarily, a gray area, but I really kind of believe that there's a nuance. Like, how should the laws be for abortion? Well, what's the youngest kid right now to survive? What's the youngest survived birth age? Okay, the youngest survived birth age should be the last day, the cutoff for when you could abort. And if in a couple years a kid survives younger, the second that kid survives at a younger rate and they can verify it with a medical record, they just say, okay, looks like we're going to lower that number down. So if a kid survives at 14 weeks, you can't abort after that period of time. If a kid survives at 12 weeks, you can't abort after that period of time, because we now have a possibility to save that child. Now, people are like, dude, what about abortion? It's a right, it's a choice. Choices come long before the stage where you need to abort. Choices come long before then. What about forced intercourse? Yeah, file a case. Get your stuff done because you filed a case. Has to be a filed case. Doesn't have to be proven true, but file a case against somebody. Not a lot of people are gonna make up that they were raped while they're in a relationship or they're married and they're just not quite ready to have kids yet. Not a lot of people are gonna do that. Do I see it still happening because people want it really bad? Yeah. So there you go. You have a way to get it when you need it. He says he thinks it's time for music to talk about music. Probably. But I already ruined this blog by talking about politics, which I almost never ever do. So I'll talk about something else. I hope Julius Martin doesn't hate me for it. And if he does, just tell me to do another one, and I will. I'll do one next week or something. Man, I can't enjoy that one. It was too political. Okay, man, I'll do you again. I'm sorry, my bad. Here we go. We agnostics. In the preceding chapters, you've learned something about alcoholism and addiction. We hope that you've made clear the distinction between an alcoholic and a non-alcoholic, the addicted and the non-addicted. If when you honestly want to, you cannot quit entirely, or if when drinking, you have little control over the amount you take in, or you are probably an alcoholic. You are probably addicted. If that be the case, you may be suffering from an illness which only a spiritual experience will conquer. To one who feels he is an atheist or an agnostic, such an experience seems impossible. I know a lot of people like that. But to continue as he is means for disaster, especially if he is struggling with addiction and of the hopeless variety. Meaning he's tried to stop but can't, and now he feels hopeless to the addiction. To be doomed to an alcoholic death or to live on a spiritual basis are not always easy alternatives to face. I gotta be spiritual, or if I'm not, I'm gonna stay in this. And you don't want to become spiritual, and you don't want to believe, and you don't believe. And it's not a part of who you are. So yeah, that's crazy, right? But it isn't so difficult. About half our original fellowship were exactly of that type. At first, some of us tried to avoid the issue, hoping against hope. We were not true alcoholics, but after a while, we had to face the fact that we must find a spiritual basis of life, or else. Perhaps it is going to be that way with you. But cheer up. Something like half of us thought we were atheists or agnostics. Our experience shows that you need not be disconcerted. If a mere code of morals or a better philosophy of life were sufficient to overcome the addiction, many of us would have recovered long ago. But we found that such codes and philosophies did not save us, no matter how much we tried. We could wish to be moral, we could wish to be philosophically comforted, and in fact, we could will these things with our might. But the needed power wasn't there. Our human resources, as malnourished by the will, were not sufficient. They failed. So you had to believe in a will or a strength beyond yourself. Right? That's not that bad of a thing to believe in. It's not telling you to believe in a God or a religion. And that's been pretty eye-opening for me to have these conversations with these guys. So I do these meetings who are agnostic or atheists and don't believe in a God, but are spiritual, and we'll talk on the spiritual side of things. It's been quite refreshing to hear it and to see them talk about how it saved them to become spiritual, to believe in a power beyond them. Some people believe in the power of music. I happen to be one of those people. I'm trying to do it here, Quinn. I'm trying to do it. They believe in the power of music. The power of music is enhanced in the way in which you create. So I'm going to talk about, I'm not going to bust this book out. I said I would. I'll bust this out tomorrow. I just got into some shit and I felt like venting. And I'll vent here on my blog. Why not? It's my blog. All right. So I want to talk about a couple basic things. I want to talk about a couple basic things. Since we're talking to a vocalist here, I want to talk about a couple things that are key for a vocalist. The number one thing that's key for a vocalist you hear that? You hear all these noises? You hear that? You hear that click? Can you hear the fuzz of just the... Can you just hear the random fuzz? What is it? Stuff like this. It's gonna come on in a second. Give it a second. But just the random fuzz of like an amp or a fan in the background, or a fan actually blowing across your mic. That sound? It's in the background behind you. Just this little bit of a fuzz, you don't realize it's there. Isolating yourself away from the noises of your house and the world around you. Isolating the noise from the recording from the microphone with volume control and stuff like that. Making sure that you can hear your voice, either monitored exactly as it's going to play out in the recording without lag, or by doing this, giving yourself an ear on the room so you can kind of hear what the microphone is hearing. Maybe both, a combination of the two. You can see how the echo's playing out and the bass is enriching your voice at the same time as you can hear the room and the little bit of reverb and the noise in the room. Oh, I squeaked my chair on that take. You want to do another take then, dude? Right? You might want to, especially if you're trying to redo some improvised vocals into something perfect, or you're doing multiple layers like harmonies or doubling. So that's one thing. Another thing is you want to make sure you have something like a pop screen or a filter. You could take and you could get anything round, like a loop of metal, or like one of those bendy kind of like coat hangers with rubber around them, and make like a little loop and like a little arm that comes off and goes onto your mic and wraps around your mic. Where is my one that I have? You know, like, let me see if I can grab this. Yeah. You know, like these guys, these things, like one of these, you could like, let me try and show you what you would do. You would go, you could make your own pop filter by going like this. Make a little circle with it, make a little twist here, right? And then like hook it on your mic or whatever. And then it's right here like that, right? And you hook it on your mic or something, hook it on the thing like this, whatever. And then you know, get it like this, and you put a fucking sock over it. This looks so dumb, right? Well, it's not for making a video, dude. It's for not having this. Now, let me do that again. You see what I'm saying? And that's going to keep you from getting pops. And then there's the last thing you want to work on. And there's a couple things you want to work on, but sibilance. That's how much S you put in the sounds of the song you're doing. If you put a bunch of S's in there, well, that's going to get a lot of sounds that kind of almost irritate the ear. Another thing you can do is kind of open up your palate, bring your palate up a little bit, and not talk so much in the front of your mouth, which sometimes that's really important. You want to do that. You want to get that high-pitched voice. You're going to put your whole voice up here in the front area of your mouth. And other times you want to open up your mouth and you want to put your voice in the whole cavernous area of your mouth and speak the notes from way back. And then other times you want to speak it from way in the front. Just depends on what you're doing, right? DK! And then another thing, oh, hey, check it out. That's my song, and he's singing too. Sweet. Oh yeah, it was Killer Omega as a birthday track to somebody called Blow Out the Candles. So yeah, you can make your own little thing, right? And you make your own little pop screen or whatever, put a sock on it, or women's nylons that you go buy from the store, so you don't have to go buy like a $40, $100 pop screen. You can just use some stuff that you have, right? Where's my chocolate milk? I just went and got some milk, but I don't have any chocolate milk or Monster here. It's been an hour and I haven't had anything to drink. What are you doing, Chris? But, so another thing you want to work on is that sibilance and that S. And the very last, most important thing you want to work on is, I don't know if you guys can see it, but look down here. See if you can see it. I can't see what you're seeing. Yeah, look down here. You see this? I got foam on my desk. I got foam all around. You guys can't exactly see all my foam, but you want to have foam so that you're not bouncing the sound back into your microphone. And the reason why you want to do that is because what you get is you get like a tick, 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 like the high sounds bounce off and come right back in there and register, and you kind of double that high sound, or you get like a kind of like a delay going on in your sound, and it sounds less direct and kind of washed out. Stoned! I wish I was stoned. I was just talking about it earlier. I'm in a recovery. Thank you, Boeing, for taking the time to love me and let me go through recovery and keep my job. Drugs are bad, okay? Okay. Drugs are bad, okay? Okay. Okay. Mr. Mackey. Okay. Heck yeah. So, it's been a long vlog, but sibilance, that's what it's called when you have that kind of hard S's and S's bouncing off of the walls and coming back, and a second layer of your vocals hitting the mic. Opioid free for 3 weeks. Congratulations, dude. That's amazing. That's a lot better than my withstanding from marijuana. That doesn't take that much to stop marijuana, but it was 15, 16 years of marijuana use every day, all day long, high all the time. The stuff only lasts a couple hours to an hour, depending on how much you smoke. Yeah, dude, smoke one for me. I got a test this week, drug test this week. And there's a thing about a drug test. It's like when I know when my drug test is, it's like it's like my brain wants to plan to smoke right after. My brain says you can smoke right after. So my brain just tells me, dude. It's like a struggle, you guys. It's a lot of internal fighting. And in that internal fighting does not make it easier to deal with people and fighting with people, and does hell no. Rick Simpson oil. CBD. Rick Simpson oil. I haven't heard of that in a while. Rick Simpson. I wonder how he's doing. I got distracted. I was trying to see if I could find out where Rick Simpson is right now. I don't see where he is. DJ Short, Rick Simpson, those are two people I know. Yeah, this is Ant, right? Yep. Inspired by Ant, Across the Mountains. That's cool stuff. Definitely a solid vocalist. Definitely knows what he's doing. Yeah, kids are doing good right now. It's just me, the wife, and Luella, and the wife and Luella just took off. A little earlier in the blog, she came in here, and she was pretty cool. You know, I bumped something at work, and that caused like $100 of damage to this rental bus we had. It was like a little scratch, and so they're like, might as well just send them in. There was no damage to any of our equipment, and that's all covered under the, but you know, send them in. So, aw, she just spilled her lemonade. Aw, that's too bad. Aw, Luella, you spilled your lemonade. That's too bad. Are you all wet? She'll probably hear me say that in the car. Oh, that's the where it gets brutal right there. What is what I would do? You have like a timeline for it? I was gonna wait till I was 30. That's when it happened. I guess Destiny knew. Yeah. I'm sure she didn't just like spill a little, she like the whole thing. Across the Mountains is the name of this song. From October 23rd. You guys, you know what I'm really excited for? This is one of the last things I'll talk about before I go, is what I'm really excited for is that video they're gonna do. You got a 2-year anniversary. Maybe we'll have to feature you on that 2-year anniversary. Send me the date. What's the date? What's the date? What's the date of that 2-year anniversary? But what I was going to say is 16. Oh, yeah. Yeah. You know, guess what, Quinn? It's the women who decide when you're going to have the kid. You can do whatever you want and try, but they're gonna tell you, they're gonna decide. They're gonna decide whether you can date them, they're gonna decide whether you can put it in, and then they're gonna decide whether what you created is gonna make it. But what I'm excited for is the great BandLab Jam video. I was on the top of that whole contest the whole time. They better use a good part of my solo. And dude, they're gonna be splicing a bunch of these videos together and creating like one long track of like all of our parts put together. Hopefully Jordy gets in there because he really worked the hell like crazy to get that promoted, and he even got a video out done in time, and that was cool. Hope Weepy Moyer, who is like one of the first people after me to actually make a video, gets on there, because I think his video led other people to make videos, because he was a little more fearless in his video and was like, I don't care if you just see me sitting in my bedroom, where I was all trying to make a cool GoPro and put my glasses on and look all Mr. Cool. He was like, it's just me in my bedroom. That's how I do it. But he did try to do that, and then I beat him to the punch, and he was like, oh, man, he already beat me to the punch. So that's like... But I'm excited for that. I'm excited for that BandLab Jam video to come out. I just want to see what happens and what it's like and share it with people and be like, check it out. This is all these people across the globe. Ah, there you go. You're going to get new pants. There you go. Yeah, she's potty trained, so that's just... becomes Jello. That's my favorite flavor of Jello. Urea. I watched a pretty cool sci-fi. The main character was a girl, and then the other main character was the actor that plays the Mandalorian, and the movie was called Prospect, and it was about these humans in the future where we've already kind of spread around throughout space, kind of like the Star Trek or Star Wars thing, where we have multiple Earth colonies, and there's this one place where they have these living creatures that have like these crystals inside, kind of like a weird rock in the dirt that's like a land oyster with a crystal on the inside, right? And it's like this living rock, but if you cut it open wrong, it melts the thing. And it was this really cool kind of futuristic setting with a lot of different things that were very futuristic, well shot film, pretty cool. It's on Netflix. You can check it out. Urea, the what's that guy's name? Shit, I forgot his name. He's a singer. R. Kelly. The R. Kelly flavored. Bill Cosby does the advertisement, but R. Kelly comes on and gives him a big old wrap around, and he's like, hey, what's up, Bill? I'm glad we got together. Not to rape girls, but glad we got together for a new pudding pop flavor. You're in luck. It's the best flavor ever. Little girls love it. Come babysit. Yeah, both pieces of shit. Both are pieces of shit now and then, but while they were doing that, we really all liked them and didn't know. That is the reality of The Secret. Those guys were going to get caught for sure because of the shit they were doing. They were doing shit to people. But if you're not doing shit to people directly, and you're doing shit behind doors that fucks people's over, but it has nothing to do with people, it's like how you do your factory cleanup, you pour it out the back door or whatever, and you got a way to bury the hatchet, then you will bury that hatchet so no one knows you committed the crime. I mean, the money they had, they used to bury their hatchets. So they didn't even have that much, and they had real people on the line, and then when they buried their hatchet, there was a big sign said, there might be a hatchet buried here, or they could be innocent. We don't know. There might be another hatchet buried here, and then you start going, whoa, bunch of people. And then it all comes out, tons of people. It was like a damn routine. And there's another thing about it, is that if they can hide it, they will. And if they feel like they can hide it, they will continue. And if they can continue, they will get worse. What can I say? I'm judging the whole human race. I'm on a pedestal. Media and politics and celebrities. Yeah, all of them, they all got these crazy monster sides, yeah, right? So weird. And it's so disappointing when you find it out. And I'm sure that guy, Ryan Dunn from Jackass, just died in a car crash because he was drinking and partying too hard. And he dies. And Bill Cosby and R. Kelly are still alive and fucking probably still getting paid, you know? It's like these rapes didn't make it so Bill Cosby doesn't get paid from Cosby Show. Now, they probably took Cosby Show off the air because no one can watch that shit anymore without going. But R. Kelly is still putting songs on the radio. What the hell? Don't get me started on Ellen, because then I will sound like I'm on a conspiracy theory, because we don't really know anything about Ellen yet. It's still kept mostly in the dark and in secret, right? We got to have like a bunch more people come out. I mean, there's a bunch of people come out, but it definitely is what sets us apart from other creatures. Other creatures are not conniving like that. They definitely have they'll set up traps and they have their ways, but they're just not like this. They're not. So much shame, they know to hide it. Not enough shame to change them. Man, crazy. She was a dude? No way. DK's got me staying here, to be honest. I'm really glad you caught the blog. The music has me riding it out. Everything's good on these songs. They're all good. This is Killer Dab, by the way. One of my songs with him on it. So glad I got a couple of my tracks in here. What a crazy talk. Some of this was talking about politics. I made sure to go over to music and bring out the book, the big book, which I have a miniature one of. Yep. That's what happens when you do a killer dab, then you take some killer acid at a party. That's how you get turned into a killer. You didn't know. You made a mistake. It was your first time. It didn't react well. Oh my God, you killed your girlfriend. What you gonna do? I don't know if that's the story of it at all, but exactly. Something along those lines. Killed your wife when you got home or some crazy shit. I don't know I can't keep a track of my own biopic story albums. You need my help, let me know. What do you need me for? Hit me up. Nice. One of those ones that's just so bad your eyes are watering for like 5 minutes. Like, oh my God, I feel like I burned my lungs out. Can I do another? How do you modulate guitar audio like Peter Frampton and or Snoop Dogg? You do it like this. You buy what's called, and he has a really nice one. Plug-in? I don't think so. This is a manual piece of equipment, and what it is, it's a sensor on a tube in a guitar pedal. I'll have to look up the exact name of the guitar pedal because for some reason Talk Box. It's called a Talk Box. They're fucking expensive. They're like $200 to $500. I think the $500 ones are the ones you really want. And then it's almost like it acts like a wah, depending on how much pressure you get into it. And then you also route your guitar into it and the microphone into it, or through it. And so when you hit this pedal, your microphone's turned off from going through and is going in and mixing with your guitar sound. And those two are mixing, and you have a knob for that. And then you have another knob that kind of sets the cock of the wah. And then you take this tube up from the guitar pedal, up to the to the microphone, you want to use a dynamic microphone. I would recommend an SM58 or that style of microphone, an equivalent. And you want to use like those large diaphragm dynamic microphone. And then you want to have the tube come up and stick out a few inches, and you put your mouth into the tube and put it right here, and that's what gets you the how big your mouth is. Wow. And then go yo gets combined with your guitar. So it's like $500, a microphone while you're playing guitar. Yep, Shure SM58. It's one of the very common ones they use. People will like to buy all black ones. For some damn reason, they like the black ones too. And they'll go find those. This is like fucking needles in a haystack, dude. But any large diaphragm dynamic microphone that's out there that has a wire that you can plug into it with an XLR, and then the thing in your mouth. My mom, when I was a kid, she said, "You know what that is? That's a juice harp." And then later she's like, "No, that's not a juice harp. He plays it with a guitar." And then as a kid, I was like, "Wait, what?" As a guitarist, I was in a music store and they had one for sale, and I set it up a couple times, and I almost bought it. If I would have bought that, I never would have sold it. I've been using it all the time. Fisher-Price. It's not Fisher-Price. Do not get that red and yellow Fisher-Price microphone. Jason Jacobs, what's up? Coming in late, Jason Jacobs. You missed Metal Monday. You missed Metal Monday yesterday, dude. I didn't play you, so not like I tagged you in it. An hour and 20-minute blog. Sup? Dude, I was actually looking at like what Iced Earth is doing these days. You got a brand new GoPro 9? Sweet. I heard the 5 is actually still better than the 9 because of the way it mounts. But I was thinking many times that can't be true, because you still can do the case on the 9, and the 9 can mount with the microphone fully exposed so it can hear your drums and guitar better. So yeah, the 8 and the 9 are probably fucking better in retrospect, but I don't know how much you paid for yours. Mine was like $100. It came with a full-on box of accessories like headbands and floaties and not these fucking gay masks, but chest mounts and all this shit. Hell yeah. I got a couple jet ski videos I haven't posted too. Damn it, I gotta add some music to them. Stanley Jordan plays two guitars simultaneously. Well, I used to play the drums and the guitar at the same time. And I could play a guitar, synthesizer, and bass at the same time on just this guitar. Now, do that like this. On my electronic kit, I might get some real cool... I might make a Portal People song while I play all the instruments at once. You got 4 action cams. I got another one that doesn't work so well anymore. It kind of does this like little jogs around like it's trying to stabilize for no reason. So I used it really way too hard. Dude, we ran into a lump of my shit, dude. The kick. The kick. The kick and the snare. I hold my drumstick while I'm playing. Stroke the chords, hold them, hit the snare, snare, kick while I'm hitting the chord, snare, snare, kick, butts, cuts, butts, cuts, butts, cuts, butts, cuts, and downs, cuts, downs, cuts, downs, cut, downs, cuts. Hell yeah, dude. I used to do that all the time. And then I would be doing that, and then my roommate would come in and start playing lead guitar on it. Okay, the singer on this is Julius Martin. He is Lyrics Master 872. He is also, let's see if I can find the other one he is. He is also these other two user accounts. Julio the Great 871 and Julio the Great 87. You knew it. You knew it, Jason. You got an ear. You got an ear for the beer metal. Beer metal, that's the name of the local metal scene record label in Seattle. Beer Metal Records. Pretty popular, actually. Don't. There's a shot of our man, Julius Martin, right here. See if you can see it. I don't know how bright my screen is. I always gotta turn it down because it's so bright. There we go. Bring it down, Chris. Too bright. All the way down to that little hair of brightness. There he is. There's a man. It's like a Mexican-American guy. He looks like a Mexican-American guy because he is wearing a fucking cowboy hat and he looks like my relatives. So he looks like somebody in the Torres family. If that's him, I think it is. I don't know, that could have been his brother or something. I don't know, but I think that's him. BandLab allows multiple accounts. I got Idiot School, I got Idiot Books, I got IdiOtBlog, and I got idiotburns. And when I got suspended, I had a phone call with Amon Wong, and he said, now we don't want you to make multiple accounts. We don't like that people make multiple accounts. It's not necessarily something we're pro. But if you get banned and you make another account, or you go on another account, we're not going to close that other account down, okay? That being said, they have done it because people have just come back and kept right at what they were doing, kept attacking the guy, kept going at it from the next account. And they're going to slam you right off for that. No, I do not know about Independence Pro. 70 GB of MIDI instruments. That's pretty damn sweet. That's pretty sweet, considering I don't got but a half a gigabyte of MIDI instruments, and I made all my stuff with MIDI on my guitar here, my MIDI guitar here, all with like a half a gigabyte. I don't even know what 70 gigabytes of MIDI instruments is like. How do you find all those? How do you test them all? I haven't even tested all these instruments yet, and it's only like a gig and a half or something, or half a gig to a gig. No way. Oh, crack my sternum. Oh, feels good. Yeah, I don't have any pro stuff. I got semi-pro stuff because I'm using mobile GarageBand on my phones, on my iPhone. I haven't actually used loops in about 1.5 years. Well, until this month, I used the stuff in the remix contest or whatever. Sort of works. Not really loops that I'm using to make a song. It's just remixing stems. No, there's no way in a lifetime you could. Unless you're that shit. That shit could probably listen to every single one of those and make a song from every single one of those in the course of 2 months. Oh, yeah. My pleasure. I'm glad I'm paying taxes. Do we got more music coming? What's going on? There's too much silence. I like these dissonant things like this. Random chip. Oh yeah. Well, yeah, thank you for your service. That's the truth, thank you. Thank you for the service. We're just paying you back. That's all. We're just paying you back. And not well enough, I'm so certain of it. See, this is the diversity of this guy. Pulls it way back. All the way to the emo side. You know? But he can be rough and brutal, dude. Oh yeah, if I could go back, I have regrets about not doing it, but at the same time as I got all this experience in music, shit, man. You got 4 personalities, one account for each, dude. Hell yeah. I only know JP Jr. and Broken Head. I maybe did see the third one time. Can't remember. I can't remember, but I can also almost remember all 170,000 follows over the course of my BandLab tenure. At one point, I was following 144,000 people, and then they took that down to 5,000 only. And it was way cool when you could see every single person on the lab that posted, because you followed everyone, and you'd already followed everyone on the lab. That was way cool. And if you ever saw somebody you didn't follow, you just click it and click everyone around them that you don't follow. And that was really cool. I didn't have to go to the categories to look for new stuff. I could just open up my feed and browse around and just play and look and play. And it was really easy for doing the blog. Your wife has 365 personalities. Well, this year she's got 366, bro. Leap year. Well, that is one positive perspective Mr. Quinn Mitchell put in there. A new wife every day. Not exactly exciting. Not what I signed up for. Sign on the dotted line. She's listening. Oops. You love every one of those personalities. Wait, you guys have only been married a year? Wink, wink. See, these are crazy sounds. And those were in the background that whole time. Crazy sounds. It's like some really dissonant stuff. So 6 years. So what's that, like 2,000 personalities. That's not what it is. That's a joke. It's just a jokey joke. Shit, you guys. An hour and 34 minutes. I gotta wrap this up. We've listened to so many songs I can't even find where we're at on here anymore. Did we finish this profile? No. This profile is huge. And remember, it's not the only one. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Like just this how many. Here's a little sign of how many he has got. That's still going. So, lyrics master? I think so. Damn. Well, like I said it 5 times now, I really enjoyed you all coming on, all the chatting we did, all the interaction we did. Tomorrow, I think, is what I'll do, is I'll go in depth on cool recording techniques and stuff like that. It's time to get to playing some music. Tomorrow the blog might involve me actually playing an instrument or something. We'll see how it turns out. I actually want to throw who I pick in, like, I just want it to be a free-for-all. I just want to like go around and browse around, but I don't want to make it too chaotic. But I do want to browse around. Those drops, when it drops off like that. That would be cool. I gotta find the North Beach Ninja now. That'd be cool. Maybe I would do that. Yeah, I love you all. Love you guys all tons. Remember to go ahead and leave a like, subscribe if you feel so inclined. Go ahead and turn on notifications. You'll get a goddamn email every time I do this, and you get a ba-ding, ding, ba-ding, ba-ding up your butthole. Your whole leg will shake because you got vibrate on and you don't want to get disturbed while you're in the middle of taking a shit. But then all of a sudden you'll be watching me while you're taking a shit. You know what I'm talking about. I don't know, maybe later this week I'll feature some beat makers, some of the ones that have blocked me because, you know, I just go on my other account and look at them there. Alright, you guys, remember, we are music. And this is BandLab, YouTube, and we are music. Have a good day, guys.